presents 10 creepiest things that our bodies do. Scary things are thought of as being from the unknown, a deserted graveyard, or maybe the staircase into a dark, abandoned cellar. But there is another source of the morbid and uncanny in a place far more everyday familiar: your own body. You may think you know your own mortal frame like, well, the back of your hand, but the human body is full of skeletons in the closet. Number 1. Your body encourages addiction. Sociologists have argued that our American culture, built around pleasure and gratification, is responsible for addictive behavior. Yet there is a simpler explanation: the chemicals in your brain. Dopamine is the substance in our body that is released as a reward to make us feel pleasure. Drugs such as cocaine can cause the brain to release huge amounts of it artificially, while blocking our ability to absorb excess feel-good chemical. In other words, your brain is rewarding you for doing something bad and taking steps to make sure the damage is lasting. So be nice to your brain, because one day it might try to kill you. Number 2. The human body is born to die. To be just out of college again. So many happy young couples bouncing around with unlimited energy that could last forever. Except for one thing: it won't. At any age, your DNA is already programmed to start breaking down. Doctors know that at age 55, your genetic tissue suddenly loses the ability to repair itself, leading to an advanced aging process and higher risk of mortal diseases. See you at Farewell Ranch. Number 3. We sleep and dream, and nobody knows why. You probably know that dreaming is related to REM sleep. Some scientists believe that sleep and dreaming is behavioral. For instance, the brain making up a fake story to attempt to make sense of its senses while you slumber. But according to sleep scientist Ionis Tsoukalos, REM sleep is an evolutionary defense mechanism, the toxic immobility, or in layman's terms, playing dead as the body's last desperate line of defense against an attacking animal. Remember those nightmares about being chased by lions? Your DNA does too. Number 4. We mistake fear for love. A piece of old-school dating advice, referenced by Michael Jackson in the lyrics of Thriller, is to take your partner walking by a cliff or on a narrow bridge, or even rough water. Why? Because when you are scared or stressed out, your body's chemical reaction is similar to what you feel when you are strongly attracted to a potential lover. If you're already a little attracted anyway, the twofold shot of intense hormones can mean double trouble. The fear-love connection can work mentally too. If someone grows up bossed and pushed around by an older sister, for instance, he or she might choose a similar bossy person as a girlfriend, as the subconscious fear of a past experience leads to a mistaken feeling of sexual sparks. Number 5. It gives you vomit flashbacks. Everyone knows someone who can't eat cherry pie due to having gotten sick on a piece of cherry pie in high school 15 years ago. In culinary science, an aversion to a food is put into 2 categories: distaste and danger. You might want to eat a slice of pizza that's been out for 4 hours, but know that it's dangerous. That is the danger reflex. The distaste reflex is stranger and more mysterious. You know that the smell has never actually caused you to retch, but makes you want to visit the bathroom anyway. Number 6. Your body is a zoo. Most people are aware that the body is a comfy host for millions of bacteria and microorganisms, but you probably imagine them skulking around between your toes or clinging to a speck of dust behind your ear. Feel your face. Are you feeling your face? You've probably just touched thousands of horrendous face mites, 8-legged creatures too small to see with the naked eye. They are shaped like worms with legs and will spawn, eat, mate, reproduce, and die over and over again, right there on top of your face. How about a kiss on the cheek, huh? No, I didn't think you'd be into that. Number 7. The body treats pain like a good thing. Our ego is driven to please ourselves on a daily basis. Pain is unpleasant, and physical pain is sure to ruin an enjoyable day. So we fight pain with our lifestyles, our habits, and our medicine. But doctors agree that pain is protective, allowing the brain to know that something is wrong. Some experts even think that pain is helpful in other ways. And no, we are not talking about Dr. Leather Whip from your local fetish parlor. Number 8. We can swallow insects in our sleep. Stories of swallowed spiders at bedtime abound. The fear is such a common trope that horror filmmakers have often portrayed people swallowing spiders, such as in the 70s bio-terror movie Frogs. Scientists caution that such stories are usually made up. Spiders tend to avoid sleeping people, and far, far less nasty venomous insects are swallowed than urban myths would have us believe. Still, it is more the possibility of a creepy-crawly digestive experience, a true nightmare upon waking, that spooks anyone who imagines it. Number 9. We bleed a lot from small cuts. You might hear your friends scream after you suffer a small cut on the forehead. Everyone is convinced that you will need stitches, and sure enough, blood is pouring out of you. But later, you see the wound was no bigger than a fingernail. The human body likes to bleed, and disorders can make the problem worse, but even the healthiest among us are cursed with the propensity to bleed like a stuck pig. Professional wrestlers use this knowledge when blading or opening a tiny cut to make themselves bleed. The legendary wrestler Abdullah the Butcher was said to have bladed so often his forehead became like a piece of burned paper. Number 10. Dying to sneeze. Sneezing has been compared to suffering death, a very short, temporary death. When the human brain senses pollution, it metaphorically screams at your nose to get rid of it. Many of your organs shut down, your lungs compress, and you involuntarily close your eyes. Air currents as high as 100 miles per hour shoot through your nostrils, spraying out thousands of particles of icky bacteria. Bless you indeed. Knowing the creepy truth about sneezes kind of makes those post-achoo giggles seem a little hollow. Subscribe for more, if you're not too scared.